communicate
I
with
do
her
have
too.
horrible internet.
Okay,
It was working great. It was working great.
we're live now.
So
Abnormal Alabama. My partner Kevin Kane is a little under the weather tonight, so he left. We were going to have another guest on here. Since I did not promote this show, it's no big deal. I'm not going to even mention who that was. That'll happen again later. Next week, while I'm thinking about it, Cherie Schooner from Georgia will be with us, and she's got a house full of like 700 haunted items. I've been to her house before, so she's a very entertaining lady as well. But tonight we have Atalanta, Miss Lisa, and she is the bone thrower. In fact, what is in the background here is part of the cover of her book, which is hard to see because it's bigger than I could do it all there. So, welcome everybody. Make sure y'all get on there, start watch parties, share this link and whatnot. And anybody out there that thinks they would like to have a reading by someone that actually throws bones, and I will say, I learned this. It's not just bones. She's got other little articles of things in there as well. And it is a bag full of stuff that when she ditches this stuff, I don't have a clue how she's able to ascertain anything from it because it just looks like she just threw a lot of crap on the floor. So I don't know, but there's a method to her madness. I had never, yes, I knew that people read bones. I knew that was a thing. I just didn't know that it was a thing in the 21st century. I haven't run across anybody until I ran across Lisa that was a bone thrower. So now she is also training people to throw bones, right?
that's right.
She is training
Teaching
people.
classes, personal and online.
There you
I
go.
am.
Uh, so give us a background. If there's any new people that are not familiar with Lisa, give us a background. Tell us about how you got involved in this. Uh, you weren't born with bones in your hand or a bag, so tell us a little history.
All right. A little bit about myself. I've been pagan since 14 and practicing since 18. I really started doing divination, which is, not necessarily just telling the future, but getting psychic advice for people since I was 25. I'm now 51. I started with tarot. I started with the bones about 10 years ago, 9 years ago, something like that. I went to a pagan festival and there was someone there teaching a workshop and it just hit me like that. I mean, I knew that that was my divination of choice. I got training through a friend of mine from Pennsylvania and did a lot of research myself, and I've been reading ever since. It's a very personal form of divination. You involve your ancestors and speak to your ancestors, and they speak through you and giving the advice that people seek. You use bones, you use shells, you use curios, and although there are many different types of throwing bones across the world and have been for thousands of years, the type that I use is a Southern Hoodoo, African American, Native American mixture. It's something that's been popular since around 1954, but is sort of underground, and I'm trying to bring it into the mainstream. So that's a little bit about what I do.
So, when I thought of bone throwing, I thought of Haiti and voodoo and that sort of practice. But you're saying that different cultures, it's not just okay. What would be the difference between how you do it and say a voodoo priest would do it? Do you know? I mean, is that
Well, voodoo and hoodoo? Okay, voodoo is the religion, whereas hoodoo is the magical practice of the religion. And
okay?
I practice hoodoo, but I don't practice voodoo. There's a little slight difference because that's a religion and I'm eclectic. I kind of practice a little bit of all types of witchcraft. Now, the difference between my bone throwing and, say, let's just give an example. In Asia, they do something, bone throwing by scapula, and
Uh-huh.
it's where they take turtle shells and throw them into the fire until they crack, and then they read the cracks. That's a type of bone throwing. The type that I do is, like I said, it's popular. It was created from Southern Hoodoo, African American, and Native American mixture. And it kind of got created with the slave trade. Whenever back in the day when we had slaves, that's where it came from. So that's the type that I teach, and that's the type that I practice. But there's different types, like dominoes. Some people read dominoes, some people read dice. The runes, I'm sure you've heard of runes, Nordic runes. That's a type of bone throwing. But the type that I practice was created here in the United States.
So
So
how
yeah,
long?
there's different types.
Go ahead. You're all right. Go ahead.
Oh, that was it. That was it. No,
Okay.
that was it. There's different types.
Okay. So, you know, in my younger days, when I heard of bone throwing, it was like what I heard of was like mostly chicken bones. Okay. I remember
Okay,
that
yeah.
distinctly that they used chicken bones for what you're doing. Um, how did it get about in the United States? What made it different? How did it brought, you know, was it brought over by somebody and they kind of made it unique to this continent or something?
Yeah, basically, Africans came over, with the slave trade, um, and it became a mixture of Native Americans throw bones and Southern hoodoo practitioners throw bones, and basically the Southern hoodoo practitioners created this form of bone throwing. Now, there's different types that hoodoo throws, like you're talking about just chicken bones. That's true. There's different types. The type that I do is a mixture of bones, shells, and curios. So I use all three. I use all different types of animal bones, even human bones. I use seashells, and I use curios, which are little trinket pendants, charms, things like that.
So, how did you learn it?
I went to a workshop about 9 or 10 years ago and got introduced to it. Then when I got home, I tried to do research on it, and there's not a lot of research out there, like on the internet. There's not very many books out there. There's a few. Um, but I actually had a friend who, through his family, it was passed down. That form of divination was passed down along with tarot. A friend from Pennsylvania that taught me, and he taught me over the phone. So he actually gave me his heritage, his way of teaching, and his way of throwing. He shared that with me. Where normally it's just passed down through the family, he shared that with me.
Okay.
So I predominantly learned from him, which is how that
So
that,
you,
that was just one of the reasons why, like when I was telling you before about the books, there's not very
mhm.
many books out there. That was why I wrote the book.
Okay. So you are, as far as at least the 21st century is concerned, kind of a novelty in the way you're approaching it because you're giving a polished version. You started giving classes on bone throwing, and you also sell bone throwing kits, and now you've written your book about bone throwing.
Mhm.
So, with all that together, before it sounds like that before earlier, you kind of had to fish around and find somebody that knew what they were doing and beg them to teach you something. Does that
Yeah, I
sound?
had to learn. I got lucky and had someone who, it froze for just a second. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I got lucky and had someone who taught me how to do it.
Uh-huh.
Prior to that, there was nothing out there really to teach. I mean, there's a few things on the internet, there's a few books out there. There's just not much information out there. It's
Right.
usually passed down through family. And I got really blessed by someone teaching me his family heritage on how to throw bones. So
Okay.
that's how I learned how to do it.
Now, I'm going to kind of shift the subject just a little bit because of the background you have behind you. What is that? Herbs and spices and everything nice, or what do you do with your
Yeah,
apothecary?
I have a collection. You'll see how far it goes back of herbs and animal bones and things like that. And then there's my altar right there. And I do a lot of my spell work in this room. Now I use the herbs for healing as well as spell work. So there's many different properties. I actually have a database that I can just punch in a common cold and it will give me information as far as, what herbs are good for a common cold. Of course, some of them I know off the top of my head, but I have probably about 500 different types of herbs, and to memorize all those would be really difficult.
So
So to memorize all the properties.
outside of now you're using this for other people, what personal benefits have you gotten from your path in life?
For my path, as far as my witchcraft path, or as
Yeah.
far as like my path
What
in
what's what sold you on it? How does it benefit you?
well, I always knew when I was younger that there was something different that was out there as far as and I'm not speaking down about Christianity at all, not at all. I believe everybody has a path and we all end up in the same, as long as it's a positive path, we end up in the same destination. It's just different people take different paths. And I just knew that Christianity wasn't for me. I mean, my parents brought me up in it. It just wasn't for me. I started exploring different other faiths, and I found that witchcraft was everything that I was looking for. It's nature-based magic, and it uses energy. You manipulate energy to get the result that you want, which is what a spell does, like your wish machine. So in my life, I just found it opened me up more spiritually, and it made me a much happier person, and it fulfilled. There was an empty space in my life that it filled up, and it's pretty much guided me during the right path when I was having issues in my life. It's actually helped me work through those issues and be able to come out on the other side. And that was my spirituality that did that. And the fact that witchcraft is so open and honest and understanding, and it's very natural. It's a very natural form of spirituality. You connect with the earth. So yeah, I just feel like it's benefited me, throughout. I mean, just an example are like these herbs behind me. They not only work magically, but they heal physically. And rather than taking, all this medication, prescription medication, and over the counter medication, I can just go to my herbal cabinet, pull something out, and it is just as effective, if not more effective. So really, it's kept my life very simple and very natural and very grounded.
All right.
So
So walk us through, we know how other religions practice their religion. We know something about their rituals. We know that the Muslims pray 5 times a day. Okay. We know that Christians go to church on Sundays and Wednesdays and they pray before meals and that sort of thing. In your practice, in what you do, what your average day? How does that go? How does that roll? You get up. Is there a certain ritual you do every day? Is there a certain process you go through to practice the path that you're on?
okay, as far as just a normal day, just an everyday normal thing, throughout the day, I have an ancestral altar, which is the place that I can pray to my ancestors, both distant ancestors and recent ancestors that have passed over. And it's in a location where I walk past it all throughout the day. And so I light my candles around my ancestor altar. I say a little prayer. Throughout the day, I do small spells. And what I mean by that is if there's something that I am not just wanting, and I'm not talking about like money or whatnot, like let's say I'm having a stressful day, then I will do something called grounding and centering, and ground and center myself and do a spell, a short spell in my mind, which is similar to a prayer, to ground and center myself and help with that anxiety or that depression. And every time I eat food, it's called Reiki. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Reiki or not, but Reiki, the energy, I Reiki my food. Every night before I go to bed, I do a meditation prayer before I go to bed, and I pray to my deities, which is my God and my goddess, the Great Spirit. I pray to Reiki masters, angels, and ancestors. So I have a lot of people that I pray to, but that's pretty much an everyday thing. And then during the week, if there's something that's going on that I need to focus more energy on, I have a little spot over in my, which I'm not sure if you can see it, but do you see my little cauldron over there?
Where's that?
That's where I do, that's my altar. See on the floor, this cauldron right here?
Okay, yeah.
That's where I do, yeah, that's where I do my spell work. That and this altar that's right here. That's where I do my spell work. And basically I use a combination of crystals and herbs and candles of different colors to manipulate the energy to get the desired result. I do it for other people and I do it for myself.
Okay.
So if somebody else is in need, I'm happy to do it for them.
Okay. So, given what we had talked about before we started this with my wishing machine and whatnot, we're all pretty much in harmony with it. We're dealing with energy, that life force is energy, and that the indigenous people, the shamans, they would, if they slaughtered an animal for food, they would give thanks to the animal for having been sacrificed for the food. If they cut a tree down, they would give thanks to the tree for, they took the time to add blessings every time they took something from the earth.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right? What I do, especially with my bones. Uh-huh. Exactly
so
right.
Everybody, and that, we find our own comfort level in life. Some people like the Roman ritual of Catholicism. You know what I'm saying? Some people like different things. Now, we now have somebody that wants a reading right here. I'm looking, there she is. Oh, why do you look familiar? Who is that?
I don't know. I think you've seen me a time or 10.
You just like being read. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I've heard. I can do a reading on you now.
Okay, go ahead. Do it, Kelsey.
I use pens. I'm going to do a pen throwing reading.
All right.
You're out of ink.
I really probably am this week. I ran out Sunday night.
Okay, this is Melissa. Melissa and I have known, we met back in 2011, November the 12th of 2011. I met that lady. And then all of a sudden I'm doing this show and she pops in and it's like, she's looking at me saying, what the hell are you doing this shit for? And now I can't get rid of her.
Right. That's right.
So I thought, he's just talking all night. Now you, Atalanta can entertain us by throwing bones for Melissa.
Yeah.
See, I can use my pen as a divining.
Okay, do I have your permission to act on your behalf?
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna step back and let them.
Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bless this doll in your name. So I'm gonna do that right now.
Okay.
All right, now I'm gonna clean the bones from all previous energy.
I like the way you're doing this, Lisa. Step us every inch of the way of what you're doing.
So we're going to focus on general. A general
Sure.
reading?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start with you. The piece that represents you, the little doll. It looks like you're going to be setting down roots soon. Something with travel is coming up, literally with travel. Your intuitions are really, really high right now, like over the top high. So trust your intuition. Your communication as far as with others is both good and bad. It looks like it's good as far as family's concerned, but as far as friends and such, your communication needs to be worked on a little bit. But as far as family, now is a good time to try to communicate and try to deal with your family. And you know, if any bridges that need to be mended would be a good time to try to do that. Your health is good and shows that it's going to be good. Your family, let me look at your family. I wish I could have you see this. Let me turn this a little bit. Your family looks like there's a lot of adaptations that are going to be happening with your family. There's going to be a lot of adapting they're going to have to go through. There's some feelings that's going to be healed. Some feelings that from the past that's going to be healed. It doesn't give me a timeline that I see, but I'll keep looking for the dice. But yeah, there's going to be some adaptations, out with the old, in with the new. So out with the old feelings, in with the new feelings. Your telepathy powers right now are real strong. So as far as your communication is concerned, the only communication that you need to really work on is communication with people that aren't your family. You need to open up more to them, to your friends. As far as your family's concerned, any communication issues you have with them, now would be a good time to fix them. But it was going to be a slow process, a really slow process, because the turtle bone is right next to it. And there's going to be feelings that'll have to be, you've got the alphabet shell, so soothing feelings will be taking effect there. But it's going to be a slow, very slow process. So regarding your children, which is your family again, I'm going to say that this is probably your son. It shows that he's very solitude and by himself, but he's very powerful. He's a very powerful boy. It looks like something's holding him back from being more open. And he is trying to manifest some things in his life, and his psychic powers are very high. There's something, hold on for just a second. Let me look around at this real quick. Okay, so there is something holding him back as far as his psychic powers are concerned, but the psychic powers are very, very high. So he needs to hone in on that and use those talents to kind of break out of his shell. He needs to break out of his shell more and come out into the open more, because he's very solitude. But it shows that he's very powerful, and that solitude has helped bring him power.
Okay.
As far as home and hearth, time is of the essence. Some things are going to come to fruition regarding your home and hearth. It shows playfulness. It shows happiness. It shows that there's some secrets that are going to come out regarding home and hearth, but it doesn't give me a subject as far as what those secrets are. It doesn't show that it's bad or good or anything like that, but there's something that's unknown, I guess is the best way to put it. that's going to show up regarding home and hearth. As far as work is concerned, let me find the work piece. So work shows change. Okay. Your ancestors are watching over you as far as work is concerned. It shows a whole new project, something that you're going to be loyal to and something that you're going to be wrapped up in a very healthy way. It's going to keep you tied up and keep you really busy, but in a healthy way, in a good way. Happiness, playfulness, joy, things running smoothly, blessings, comfort, a whole new phase in your life is all that's all around the work pieces. That's all surrounding around the work pieces. So finances. Finances. Okay, so finances are actually in the bracelet and it shows high abundance of finances. It shows that the angels are watching over you regarding your finances. There's a lot of protection there. New cash coming in, brand new cash coming in. So that has to do, I'm sure, with the changes in your work situation. It shows victory. It does show that you need to save some for later. So when that money comes in, you don't need to spend a whole lot of it. You need to save some for later. Okay.
Okay.
But you are going to have a lot of money. You're going to have a good amount of money coming in.
Okay.
Projects and activities goes back to work again, that there's a whole new phase in your life as far as work is concerned that you're going to be going through. And it's very positive. I mean, it's got stepping stones there showing that you're stepping in life. It's got passion there, transitions in a positive way. Once again, there's comfort, there's loyalty, there's being wrapped up in the healthy way. All those different things are around the new project piece, and that is right where your work is.
Okay.
So your spirit guides, the last two are your spirit guides and your ancestors. Your spirit guides are watching over you, so that's positive, and your ancestors are watching over your work situation. So if it were me, I would also do some work with my ancestors and have them work with your other situations as well, especially regarding like your son and him needing to come out of his shell some. But they are watching over your work situation, which is really a good thing. That's a blessing because you're going through some major changes regarding work. And like I said, it's a whole new phase of life. You're just going to go through a whole new phase of life. So yeah, so in a nutshell, the main things that were brought out in this reading to me were your son, as far as him kind of opening up communication and him kind of coming out of being so solitude. He's very powerful. That's constricting him from using his psychic energies and his psychic powers that are very strong. As far as communication, you need to communicate more as far as with your friends and such. And as far as your family is concerned, it does show that this is a good time to communicate and fix any of the problems that have happened in the past, because it shows healing and it shows nourishment and healing. And then, of course, the last thing that I saw that was probably the biggest part of the reading was the change in your employment. It's going to start a whole new phase in your life, and it's going to be very positive. That black cat bone is the luckiest bone in the whole set, is sitting right next to you over there. So that's probably the biggest part of the reading would have been your work-related situation. You're going to be tied up as far as work is concerned, but in a good way. You're going to love it. You're going to love what's going on with that.
Yay.
So do you have any questions? Like, do you have any questions regarding any of these things? Or yes or no questions?
I don't know. You pretty much talked about the work thing. That's been the big thing right now. Because yeah, I'm changing jobs, and that's
Oops.
Well, it shows positivity in changing that job.
yeah.
It shows it's a really positive thing. So yeah. Is there
Any-
anything as far as a yes or no question regarding your new job that you would like to ask?
No, because I feel like you said it's positivity. It's going to be the right choice that I'm making, and I'm learning more and more about this job, and it's going to be like I learned today that it's a county hospital, so I'm going to have county retirement, all kind of great stuff that I'm like, oh my God, that's incredible. So, yeah, it's going to be a big deal.
Cover that. We
I've
need
done
to
it.
tell me what happened after the last reading. Tell them
Okay.
what happened after the last reading when I told you that things were going to change.
hmm So Lisa was actually doing a relationship reading for me, and this it kept popping up that I was going to have new opportunities, and so I was kind of thinking it was around the relationship, but it just kept saying that I had new opportunities, and so a few days later, I was online and just saw this job on there for family medicine, which I did for 14 years. Now I'm in orthopedics and I'm not liking it like I thought I would. So I went ahead and applied. Within an hour, the lady called me. She did an immediate phone interview over the phone with me. And within an hour from then, I was in the office doing an in person interview.
Wow.
Yeah, I was showed all around the office. I met all the doctors, all the other staff. Basically, she pulled me aside and told me exactly what she needed from me. And she told me she did want to hire. Well, the next day she told me she did want to hire me, and because she had a couple other interviews. And then within 2 days, HR was calling me. It's almost $1
For
an
some reason,
hour
my
raise.
internet just started acting up.
Like $3,000 sign-on bonus. That's where the money that she's seeing now. So I'm having like all kind of, and like today I found out it's a county hospital, stuff like that. So I mean, it's just every time I turn around, it's like something new.
Well, Melissa, here, if you're making more money, right?
Yeah,
And according to Lisa, you're going to be tied up.
yeah.
So I would have been glad to tie you up if I knew you'd have more money.
I was waiting for something.
But yeah, it's more money. I
I was
don't have
waiting for something.
right now. I have a 30
Yeah, but
minute. Yeah,
Melissa, he would need to wear a fireman outfit though.
that's right. Except I don't like firemen anymore. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Okay, we'll make him wear a policeman outfit then. He can wear a
They
policeman
only
outfit.
look good in their uniforms, not out of them.
Well, I dated a fireman that looked good in and out, but yeah, he was an arrogant jerk. So
There's more. There's more to it than looks.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
definitely right.
Yeah.
That's right.
This is Abnormal Alabama. We're streaming this on YouTube, where Melissa was watching on Abnormal Alabama on YouTube. We're also streaming it on Abnormal Alabama on Facebook. If you haven't subscribed to our channel on YouTube, it's imperative you do so, or I'm going to cast a negative spell against you and your household.
Who, me?
I am Dr. Evil. You see the bald head. You don't know the massive amounts of fun that you're missing on our Facebook page, Abnormal Alabama. And we just kind of gave you a little tease as to what we do over there. Just think 50 Shades of Gray a little bit. And so, anyway, what is your website again, Lisa? Atalanta?
Atalanta Moonfire.
Moonfire.
AtalantaMoonfire.com.
And you can buy her book, I assume, through your website?
Through my website.
Yeah.
There it is. And it's actually cheaper. You can get it on Amazon, but it's cheaper if you get it on my website and you get a free gift with it. So
And you also get an autograph,
yeah,
don't you?
Yeah, you do. You get it autographed.
All right.
If you buy it from my website.
Okay. Now,
Mine is great.
not only that, but you also, I guess, via your website, you'll give private readings. You've just seen an example of that with Melissa. You might prefer a private reading over one of these public ones because we now know more about Melissa than she wanted us to know.
Okay.
Uh, then you also give lessons. You teach people how to read bones. Did you hear me?
I don't know if
It
she
froze
can hear
up.
You
I
teach
didn't. It
people.
froze up.
You give classes on how to read bones.
I do.
Okay. Now I'm
I
hoping
do.
that
Mhm.
I'm hoping that next year things open up to where we have events again, and I assume that we'll be seeing you and your books at different events around the country. Right?
Oh yeah. All over
Okay.
I'll be trailing behind you whenever with your book. I'll be trailing behind you, going, following you.
Okay.
Lady.
Abnormal Alabama, the book that I promote, I'm promoting two things. Number one, if you look at the bottom of the screen, drkelsey.wishmaker.com, and we talked about that a lot earlier tonight, not on the live stream though, but that is an amazing tool. And then, of course, datingthedead.com. Let's face it, I couldn't find a living person to date me, so I started dating the dead. Worked out pretty good. They don't talk much to me.
I have some advice for you on that. Maybe you shouldn't talk about tying them up right away.
It made you giggle.
You got to save that for the second or third date, Kelsey.
You're saying I moved too quick?
Just a little bit.
I understand. I'm old. If I don't move now, it ain't gonna never happen. All right. I am going to leave the
You're not
scene
old.
because I just got reprimanded, so I'm going to leave.
No, 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 no.
I got to go to the bathroom and cry. Catherine wants a reading, Lisa, and we're putting the word out there
Okay.
to anybody else to message us if they want a reading, and we'll put them on also. But Catherine is going to not only want a reading, but if she can stay around, she also is going to host the show for a few minutes. I got to make me a cup of coffee. I'm very tired.
Well, we'll let you do that then.
So y'all don't cry too hard because I'm leaving, okay?
We'll save your spot.
We'll save your spot. Okay, Catherine. Okay, so do I have your permission to act on your behalf? Did you hear me? Oh, she's gone.
Internet keeps going in and out.
There she is.
So bear with me. It may go in and out on me, okay?
Okay. Okay, do I have your permission? Okay. So
Yes,
what I'm
ma'am.
going to do is I'm going to cleanse these bones, and I'm going to cleanse the little self piece, and I'm going to introduce it to the ancestor. So it's going to take me just a minute to do that. Okay. So I'll give you a general reading, or do you want me to focus on something? Would you like me to focus on something in particular?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, general.
General? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. First, what it shows me right now is right next to you is the health piece, and the health piece isn't all that great. Okay. The eye is showing, it's tilted to the side, so it's not that it's severe, but the health is not so great. Your health. Now that could be your physical health, it could be your emotional health, but it's not where it needs to be, and it looks like it's your emotional health. And I think we talked about that before in a previous reading, because it's talking about soothing emotions. Okay. And you're holding on to stuff that you need to go ahead and let go. The communication that you have got going on right now with yourself is not good. You're not communicating. You're not being honest with yourself. You need to be more honest with yourself and be able to let some things go, to be able to work through it and come out healthy on the other side. As far as, let's see, family is concerned, let me look for family. It shows a lot of good luck with your family. It shows a lot of freedom with your family. Your work piece is near your family piece, and I don't know if that, maybe it's because you work from home. I'm assuming you're staying at home, like you do this show from home.
Yes.
Do you do anything else as far as because I know from COVID,
Yes.
you kind of got grounded as far as work. Okay, are you doing anything else currently from home?
Correct.
Or are you just doing the show and stuff? Okay. Because your work piece is near home.
Just doing the show and weddings.
It shows that you're and wedding. Okay, that's why. It's showing that you're very lucky as far as that's concerned. That you're going to be very blessed as far as that's concerned, and to stay with that. Your ancestors are watching over you and watching over your family in a very huge way. They're right there next to your family, and it's literally right next to it. Let me look for children. Okay, as far as children are concerned, okay, how many children do you have? Do you have one? Two?
I have one daughter. I have one. Well,
One daughter.
I have one alive.
Okay. All right. Well, it shows a lot of good fortune for her and good healthy nourishment as far as her well-being. She's very well nourished. It shows the good fortune. It shows a lot of passion as far as you loving your children, your child, your children, that you have a lot of passion for your children. It's a pure love. And like I said, that she's very nourished. So that's very positive. The goddess is watching over you. As far as your children are concerned, the goddess is watching over you, even the one that has passed. Was that a boy or a girl that passed? Were you able to hear me?
A boy.
A boy. Okay. Because it's showing there's masculine energy there. But like I said, the goddess is watching over both of your children. Okay. As far as your friends are concerned, you have a small, tight-knit group of friends, but it shows a lot of victory, and it shows it's kind of cool because it has the moon bone next to it, which is like psychic energies and stuff like that. So it just instills the fact that your friends are into the paranormal and that kind of thing. It shows a lot of good psychic energy. It looks like this reading is over the next 6 months. It's going to show it's showing some healing, as far like some slow healing for you. So the things that you've been dealing with that you need to, that's unhealthy, the stuff that you're dealing with, you will have a very slow healing, but the healing will be there. You just need to work with it and the healing will be there. You need to communicate more with yourself and be true to yourself and honest with yourself and work through that to be able to get to the other side. Because there's another piece that shows an internal journey that you need to work through. And just on the other side of that internal journey is happiness. So just working through this tough stuff that you've got going on, you'll have happiness. As far as finances, your finances are going to improve. It doesn't show a level of improvement, but it's due to the talents that you have, and it has a lot to do with things that you're good at, your talents. Your finances are going to improve. You're going to have opportunities brought to you regarding your finances. Now, this, like I said, is over the next 6 months. And it shows that things are going to be, you're going to be tied up. You're going to have to make some small sacrifices at first, but in the long run, things are going to improve as far as finances are concerned. Your spirit guide is watching over your entire mat here, all of the bones. Your spirit guide is watching over you, and that's really good. So I don't know who you pray to, but when you do pray, you may want to include your spirit guide and your ancestors, because they're watching over you in a very positive way. It shows that you're well protected. You're very well protected. It shows that in 3 different places, and that your third eye is open and you're able to see things that other people can't see. You need to trust those things that you see, and trust your intuition, because your intuition is very high right now. So you need to open yourself up a little bit more personally, where you can lean on that intuition, and it'll further you in through your life. Now, do you have any questions regarding any of those things like that I talked about? Do you have any yes or no questions, or do you have anything you want me to go further with?
I lost a dear sweet loved one yesterday morning,
Okay.
at a young age, and I was just wondering if there was anything that might be there that I could comfort my daughter with. That was her best friend and my best friend's son.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rethrow the bones, and we're going to see what we come up with, okay?
Okay.
And what was their name?
His name was Anthony.
Anthony. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to put a piece in there that represents Anthony. Okay. Okay, well, oddly enough, Anthony showed up right next to your child piece. So the fact that they were real close, he showed up right next to it. And right next to that is a piece that represents pain. So obviously you're going through pain right now, and your daughter's going through pain right now because of this loss. But next to him shows love. Right next to him is the love bone. And also being comfortable with oneself and comfort. So right next to him is comfort and protection. He's going to protect your daughter for a while and be overly protective with your daughter. But it shows a lot of love, and it shows the dove is flying. So it shows a lot of freedom, a lot of flight, that he's okay. He's all right. And he's protected, and he might appear to her in a dream or something to help her out, because he's very much watching over her right now, but he's only going to do it for a short period of time. It shows the shell that represents brevity is there. So it's only going to be a short period of time that he's going to do this. So right now she needs to hone in on the her psychic abilities, and and connect with him on a higher level, probably through dreams. But he's going to protect her for a little while and kind of shelter her with love and comfort. because it does show a lot of pain and discomfort. And like I said, he showed up right next to, I wish I could show this to you. I probably can. Let me see if I can put this around. It won't let me flip it around. I was going to show you it. I'm going to take a picture of it and text it to you, but
Okay.
you'll see a seashell. You'll see a seashell, and you'll see a little man next to it. And this is something you can show her. You'll also see a dark bottle, and that represents the pain. But right above that, right next to Anthony, is the love bone. It's curved. And then the security bone is on top of that, and the protective bone is on top of that. But maybe you can show this to her, and it'll give her some sense of comfort. Some sense of comfort. So I'll take a picture of that and send it to you right away.
Okay.
Is there anything else that you can think of?
Nothing that I can think of. I think that really comforted me in order to comfort her, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to send this to you right now so you have it and you can show it to her. And let me know, just confirm that you get it, so that way, because I'm not going to touch the bones until I know that you got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I hate to hear that, but he's going to be around for a little while. He's going to be around for a little, not long, but he's going to be around for a little while, and he's going to provide her with comfort and protection. So you can be assured of that.
So there are many different levels.
I know.
to this.
I got the picture.
Okay, great.
I wasn't here to hear the reading. I understood what was going on,
Okay.
but I didn't hear the reading itself. But did you think that is something very useful for her, Catherine?
What do you think, Catherine?
Yes.
Was it useful?
Okay.
Yes, I do. I do. I believe it's going to comfort Elizabeth a lot.
Okay.
Yes, it was. I believe it'll comfort Elizabeth a lot. Comfort his mother.
So, Lisa, do you get called on like a tarot card reading for people looking for specific information, or more just generalities?
Most of my readings are general, but then they focus on love and money. Love and money are the two most common subjects that I get. But generally, like, I'll give a general reading, and then I'll ask, is there something you want me to focus on? And then they usually go to love and money. That's usually what happens.
Really?
Those are the most common ones. But yeah.
I don't have to worry about either one of those because I have no money to worry about and nobody loves me, so I'm fine.
Oh, we all love
Right.
you.
I always say I don't even like people,
I know that feeling.
That's not true. I have Melissa.
What?
I said, I know that feeling.
She said, I know that feeling.
I do like people until I get to know them.
See, and I don't like them until I get to know them, and then I decide if I like them or not.
Oh, well. This is AtalantaMoonfire.com. She wrote the book on throwing bones. And I didn't know it. But even when I was a kid, I threw bones. It wasn't quite the way that she did it. I didn't try to read them. I just usually aimed them at people. But I threw them. Now I see what I was doing wrong.
Now you see where you went wrong.
Huh?
Now you see where you went wrong. You could have been
Now,
reading them all this time.
Yeah. So, so Melissa, how are you been doing?
Pretty good.
So have you started that new job yet?
No, not yet. I go in Friday for my drug screen and my physical and my background check, and then once
There goes your job.
thanks a lot. I'm worried about the physicals. What I'm worried
Oh my goodness gracious. I'm not, am I jinxing you?
No, you better not. You
Put the
better
hex,
not.
and that's a cross. How do you do a hex? Right.
No, don't, Kelsey. Reverse that, Lisa. Reverse it.
Reverse it? Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm reversing it. Wait a minute. There, I just reversed it. I just reversed it.
Don't make me go get a mirror and send it right back to you, Kelsey.
Melissa, you couldn't screw
Yeah.
my life any worse. It just don't matter anymore.
Oh,
Okay,
don't
we're
say
gonna
that.
I know.
we're about to be joined by somebody else here. So hang tight. I don't know how long it's going to take them to get here, but somebody else is going to join us. Now that Lisa's internet kind of smoothed out, then Catherine's has gone crazy. But what are you sitting, Melissa? Are you sitting in a tent, or what are you sitting in?
I'm sitting on my bed and I have a big canopy over my bed.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah.
It's
So
the most comfortable, quiet place in my house.
Well, I mean, until you get tied up.
Right. Then it's not comfortable, but quiet. Yeah. Well, okay, we better stop that.
That depends on who's tying you up. Yeah,
What?
that depends on who's
Right.
tying you up. Because the last time you
Right.
tied me up, I was pretty comfortable.
Right? See?
What are you saying? Y'all tying each other up now, or what?
Yeah.
She tied me up. She tied me up to get when I became a third degree. When I became a high priestess, she tied me up, on a and laid me on a pinnacle on the floor. You don't know that story?
Yes, we told him about the firemen and the smoke alarms going off. And the
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I didn't
Yeah,
see
I
it.
was tied up.
Yeah.
Can we reenact that one day?
We'll send you a video, but it's gonna be like, I don't know, we'll sell it.
For posterity.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we should do.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll sell it.
I should have asked you more about my love, Lisa.
We'll sell it. We'll sell it.
What? Ask you about what?
I know.
I said-
we should have. But I'm gonna
We-
about
we
her
didn't do
love. I'm
anything
gonna
with my
excuse
love.
myself for just a quick second, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
So-
Now we can.
Now we can what? When we were on your break, I was looking at my pictures. I was looking at my old wedding pictures and was finding pictures of you.
Am I in the pictures?
Yeah.
Message me. Bring me back to that day.
What, on Facebook?
Yeah, just message me. You connected with me to message me?
Yeah, I think so.
I got to look at that.
I'm back. I had a puppy issue.
You forgot what I looked like as a bride, didn't you?
Do what?
I said you forgot what I looked like as a bride.
Do you know how many couples I've married?
Oh, I know. That's what I told Lisa. I said he probably doesn't even remember, like, because he's done so many weddings.
I was up in Gardendale, Alabama at a Best Buy store, and two different couples. Hey, Kelsey. And it's like I have to act like I remember them,
Yeah. Well, I'll send you one you'll probably remember.
Let me see. I don't see it. Where?
Oh, you need to.
I'm working
you
on
need
it.
to
Oh, you're working on it. Okay.
I'm working on
Well, I've got to
it. I'm
find
working on it.
I just made one comment about tying her up, and she hasn't been able to think straight since.
I know, right? See what you did?
I know, but I got to quit it because Lisa's getting jealous.
I know. You might remember this one. Of course, maybe not. I don't know. It's 10.
Okay. Oh, it says attachment unavailable.
What?
What do you say? Are you sharing your post? Are we friends or not?
Well, yeah, I just sent it to you. I
Well,
don't know. I
I'm
don't
not,
know if
I'm
it's
getting
today,
jealous.
but
let me go to your profile here, and boom, boom, boom. Hold on here. Let me. I'm going to add you as a friend. That's
well,
why I
tell me
put
why I'm sending them to you.
that. Don't matter because try
Oh,
it
you're
again.
a snob. You have to be friends first.
You already know that. Jeez, snob.
So what do I do now? Resend them?
I guess because are you sending me the picture or are you sharing the post with me?
I'm sharing pictures with you.
No, I think you're sharing the post with me.
No, because I'm in my photo album and I'm sharing.
It's not. It's not. I can't see your photo album. That's what I'm talking about. It
Well,
don't,
well, my photo album is hidden.
that bingo.
I'm divorced. Hello.
I, doesn't sounds like a personal problem to me.
No, it's not.
I want.
Yay!
Did you accept my friendship request?
Yes, of course I did.
Okay. I'm not seeing any pictures. Resend. No, you
Okay,
can't do it that way. You got to download the picture to your hard drive and then send it to him.
okay.
It'll give you something to do because if anybody didn't notice, there's this other lady with us now by the name of
I
Z.
did notice.
I was typing.
Hey,
Z, Madam Z,
Hey,
have you done something with your hair since we last talked?
I don't know. Who knows? I had a cut and then I faux hawked it and then it got too long. So who
Well,
knows?
as you can see, I just let mine grow.
I know. It's working for you. It's working for you.
How you been doing?
Good, busy.
Well, you asked me for a bio, and I've been busy.
I know, right? It's already,
Busy as I've been all
it's
year,
it's
so I
the
haven't
season
got
of
to
the
that
witch.
bio yet. And I'm trying to get a picture from Melissa, and she don't really want me to see it, I guess.
Yes,
So,
I'm working on it.
now, Susie, what did you want to do a reading, or did you want the bone throwing lady to read you?
I want a reading from Lisa.
Atalanta.
Atlanta, yeah.
All right. So while Melissa is working on getting me some photographs,
I'm working on it.
I've seen your
which will
photograph.
take
huh? Okay, Lisa. Melissa, I'm going to back off you
okay.
and I and let them have the show, and we'll come back on
Okay.
in a minute. Okay. So,
Okay.
Susie, it's you and Lisa. So y'all be nice to each other.
We all. How
Okay,
you
do I have
been?
your permission to act on your behalf and do this reading?
Of
I'm
course.
doing great. How you doing?
Good.
Been busy. Busy.
Yes. That's one of
So
the
I have this
questions I
little
need to ask.
doll that's going to represent you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and introduce her to the spirit guides and the ancestors. Oh, that's one of the questions you're going to ask?
About my business and the event.
About the business and the event that's coming up?
Yeah,
Is that right?
correct. Yeah.
Okay. 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 So we're going to look around a couple things. We're going to see what's surrounding your work piece, what's surrounding you. and also what is surrounding your finance piece. And we're going to see what's in between finances and work. The finance piece is going to represent your event. Okay. Okay, so what's around you is a lot of spiritual energy. This is just you in particular, a lot of spiritual energy and a lot of power. You've got a lot of luck. It shows that you're a leader.
Mm-hmm.
It does show the spirit guides are watching over you. So we're going to move on to your business and look at the pieces surrounding your business.
Okay.
It shows that time is of the essence. You're very passionate about your work. There's a lot of feminine energy that you work with. Your work shows that it's very stable and is going to be very stable. You're seeing things as they are. So the way that you see and you're envisioning things, that's the truth. That's the way it is. However it is that you're envisioning it is the way it is.
Good.
You're manifesting things when it comes to your business. It shows a lot of high energy, and it shows intuition. Trust your intuition as well whenever it comes to your business. Also, your telepathic communication is very strong right now. So your business is very good, and it shows, like I said, a lot of stability. And it shows that how you are seeing it is how it is. So how you are manifesting it is how it's going to be, is how it is. Now, as far as your project is concerned, your event coming up, let me look for it. Okay, so it shows that, and I already know this part. It shows that it's going to be held close to home and hearth, so it's virtual. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
It shows a lot of wisdom. It shows there's going to be it's going to be a big turning point in your life. There is the piece that represents like bringing a whole new phase into your life is right next to it. So it's going to open up a lot of opportunities and bring a whole new level of your business into light. It shows that you're going to be stressed, but right past that stress is comfort. So don't let it overwhelm you, because it's doing great, and it's going to continue to grow. It's going to actually, like I said, open up a whole new level of your business for you. And the manifestation crystal is right next to it. So anything that you manifest from this event is going to come true. So yeah, it's going to open up a whole new level of your business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Is there anything that I need to be aware of?
Is there anything else that you want me to look at in there?
Is there anything that I need to be aware of around the business? What I need to like?
Let me look around and let me look around just a little bit and see what I can see. As far as your business is concerned, there's not. I'm looking around at other pieces though. Your mental health is showing stress, so you need to be aware of that. And as it gets closer to the event, you're going to be stressed out. But like I said, don't let it shows like you're carrying a heavy burden.
Mm-hmm.
But right past that is comfort. So if you can just kind of move beyond that, if you can just kind of get yourself, take one bite at a time and do one thing at a time, you've got all this comfort waiting for you on the other side. So it's not like you're going to be carrying this heavy burden forever. It's just stress from the putting the event together and stuff like that. But right past that is comfort. So the only other thing I see is you're going to receive some news that is not, you're going to receive some bad news. It's not like it's a level 1. and the high 1 through 6 are the levels. So it's not really, really bad news, but it's going to hold you back a little bit. That's the only thing that I see that's bad as far as anything concerning this, is that you're going to get some kind of news that you're not completely happy with. But like I said, just kind of get through, take it one step at a time, because it shows a lot. There's 3 comfort pieces beyond the heavy burden piece. So you've
Correct.
got 3 comfort pieces, and that tells me that things are going to be real comfortable afterwards.
Good. Because usually my plan is after these.
Is there anything else you can think of?
No, I think that's good. So you feel it's going to be successful? The event's going to be pretty successful?
You're cutting out real bad.
Do you think the event's going to be successful?
Yeah, it shows that the event's going to be very successful. Yeah, it's going to open up. Yeah, it's going to open up a lot of other opportunities for you. It's going to be successful. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So all this burden is worth it.
Yeah, and what you manifest with it is going to happen.
Good.
Huh?
Good. I'm glad. Yeah, because it's stressful.
What's stressful?
Putting on this event.
Yeah.
So many
All
moving
the
parts.
stress you're going through is going to be just go beyond it. You're going to be fine. It's going to be worth it.
Yeah.
Just have fun.
That's what I
the
keep
key to
telling myself.
All right, it is now. It's 8 minutes. It's 11 minutes after 8. This is Abnormal Alabama. We've got a whole room full of people. There is Lisa Luna, who is Atalanta Moonfire at atalantamoonfire.com. There's Melissa, and her and I have been reminiscing about a decade or almost a decade ago, and she's been sharing some pictures where she hasn't changed a bit, and I'm still bald-headed and ugly, so nothing's changed much except she kind of wasted a wedding, but other than that. Then we got Madam C over here who came in for a little reading. Wait a minute. Do I have? Yeah. There you go. And I've got Catherine over there, and everybody. The gang's all here. So Abnormal Alabama is where we're streaming this on YouTube and also on Facebook. And share, like, all the above. Free readings right now. And normally, Atalanta Moonfire, I think she charges about $1,500 for every 30 minutes of reading that she does.
You should.
And then you have to pay $200 for her book on top of that. So you got a few minutes.
Well, I even got a deal if that's the case.
You did, Melissa. You got a deal. But you know
I
what?
know. Everything.
I'm going to step up and I'm going to let you do a reading on me.
Yay!
Reading on me. All right. So I'm gonna. Y'all are still here, but I'm just taking you off screen. And
oh my God! Okay, yay!
Everybody wants to see this. No, they don't. They just want to take a break.
I've been wanting to do this so bad.
So I only have one question I want answered.
I've been wanting to do this so bad. Okay, so this little guy is going to represent you, okay?
What little guy is that?
And do I have your permission to act on your behalf and to read for you?
Temporarily. Hello? Did you hear me? Yes.
Oh, it froze up.
Okay. Can you hear me now? See, you're not supposed to do my reading. That's the bottom line.
It froze up. What was the question?
I didn't ask a question. You did.
No, we're supposed to do it. What was the question?
What question? You're the psychic. You tell me what the question is.
Oh, I thought you said you had a question. No, the question I have for you is, can I act on your behalf? Can I read for you? I need your permission.
Yes, read for me.
So I'm gonna clean these. You're so bad.
So what?
I'm gonna clean all the energy from these from the previous readings.
Yeah, don't get me confused with somebody else's problems. I've
I'm
got
gonna
enough of them.
introduce this guy as you to the
Okay.
ancestors. Okay. All right, we ready? What we have with you is it shows that you have really good communication.
With whom?
This is what's surrounding you. This is what's directly affecting you. With everyone. You've got good communication. The spirit guides are watching over you. Your spirit guides are very close to you right now, as well as your ancestors. They're very close to you. So you're doing something right. I'm not sure what it is, but you're doing something right because they're very close to you.
My
It
ancestors
shows
are
that your ancestors are watching over you. Mm-hmm.
okay.
And your spirit guides are very close to you and watching over you right now. Let me see what else we have. Your distant ancestors are also watching over you. As far as family is concerned, it shows a lot of nourishment and caring there for your family. It shows some transitions that your family is going to go through. Your friends, you're very close to your friends. You've got a good group of friends. The triple goddess is watching over your friends and watching over you as far as that's concerned. Your third eye is open, so you are starting to see things that other people don't see. You're able to look at things in a different light, in a different manner. As far as your finances are concerned, it shows, okay, and this is probably talking about your box that you make. It shows that your psychic abilities are very high and you're putting them into something financially, and it's going to be very successful. You're giving a lot by doing this. You're giving a lot to people and you're providing a safe space for them. You're providing healing. You're also providing telepathically a lot of healing for them. Your work, let me look at work. So in work, it shows transitions as well. So things are going to kind of change a little bit as far as your work is concerned, but you're very lucky when it comes to that. There are two pieces that represent luck, and they're both near your work. So you should expect some changes and transitions as far as your work is concerned. You're changing your focus on your work. It shows that you have a lot of playfulness in your life. It does show that something's going to come up that's going to make you feel overwhelmed, kind of feel like you're drowning. It's going to happen rather quickly, but you're going to see it coming. And it doesn't say what it's regarding. Let me look a little carefully. It does show that you have endurance. So just endure through whatever this phase is in your life. It's something that's going to happen to you regarding, it looks like home, like regarding your home. But if you just make a few small sacrifices, it'll all come to an end and you'll be receiving some sort of a message regarding that. Your angels are watching over you. Travel and journey, it shows that you will have travel coming up in the future. Let me see how far away this is. This is between now and 7 months. So you'll be back traveling again and being able to do what you want to do. Things will have settled down. Is there anything in particular that you want me to look at as far as like your business is concerned, or
No,
love, or money, or is there something?
well, like I said, I don't, I never look at what I do as business. I've never had a job.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So it's all, I just never view life like that. Um, so
Right. It's just what
I've
you
always,
do. It's stuff that
yes,
you do.
I mean, you got to have a reason to get up every day, and you got to be productive. I'm not a very good couch potato. So yeah, I mean, not really. I don't have very many.
Yeah.
Most of my family are deceased. Um, all my immediate family were the last of them left me the day before my 50th birthday. So when you talk about my ancestors, pretty much everybody that I was connected to since birth, they're all gone. Um, So as far as what could happen and whatnot, there are indications of things that, and I've been aware of for a while, that it's both positive and negative as far as my home situation is concerned, and that kind of ties in with me being a caregiver, if you know what I'm saying. So I can only speculate all that. Yeah, but that's been kind of hanging over the head for a long time. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
other than that, I mean,
like that. But what's interesting here is that with your box that you've created, and you call it a wish box. Is that right?
It's called a wishing machine.
Yeah. What's really cool about wishing machine? That's it. The wishing machine.
Yeah.
What's kind of cool is that your finances piece has the psychic energy pieces right on top of that.
Well,
And unlocking opportunities is on top of that as well.
Okay. Let me back up for a second.
So that's kind of cool.
On the psychic part, an interesting thing happened December 2019 before we got into 2020. It's typical coming into a new year, right before the new year starts. A lot of psychics will put out their predictions for 2020. I've never gone through life calling myself a psychic, but I decided last December I was going to document my prediction for 2020. And it's still there. And the first thing I wrote was 2020, the year of disasters. And of course, this was before.
Did you really?
Yeah. Now, not only that, but using another situation I won't go into right now, but I also predicted that the date, June the 20th, would be a big turning point in the Trump administration. Well, it didn't start out being anything until a few days before, when he was going to have a big rally in Tulsa. He was going to have it on the 19th, but that was the same day of the celebration. You know what I'm talking about. And at the last minute, he changed the date to the 20th. And he got there, and there was basically very few people there for his rally. And anyway, it ended up that June 20th was a big turning point in his political career. So that's about as far as I'll go with all that. But anyway, yeah, that's good.
Well, it shows that your psychic energies are high. Yeah, it shows that they're real high, but it also shows unlocking opportunities financially. And the prophecy bone is right next to that too, as well, and also the safety pin, which means things are safe. And it has that you're working from home. That you're doing like your wishing boxes or your wishing machines from home.
Right.
So I just found that interesting that the psychic energy was very high with you. and it was right on top of your financial piece and unlocking opportunities on top of your financial piece. I thought that was cool that showed up that way.
All right. Madam Z had to leave. It was dinner time. But we still have Miss Melissa down there. We're not going to get rid of her easy because you said something about her being tied up and she's interested. So
Last time I got in trouble for leaving early, so I'm being good tonight. You should be happy with me.
oh me. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. You didn't hit anything about a love life.
No.
Oh, did you want to know about your love life?
Speaking about
Yeah, that's good.
talking about tying women up.
I have a whole new bone set. I have a whole new bone set for love and relationships. So I've got a whole new way of reading for love and relationships.
Okay.
Yay.
So if you want me to do that, Melissa, is that all right?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. What do you want to know for, Melissa?
What do you want to know for?
It's my life.
Oh, wait, no, Lisa, he wants a love reading.
What did you think?
Oh, you want a love reading?
Yeah, what did you think?
I thought that you were telling me. I thought you were telling me to do her the love reading.
Her? We already know all about her.
We do know about her.
He wants to see if he's going to be tied up.
Yeah.
He wants to see me. Okay. Let me get a piece to represent you. And what's the name of the other person that we're going to represent? Or are we just going to have a random person put in there?
I don't even know. Is there even gonna be a person?
Okay.
That'll be a good starting point.
All right. I tell you what, I'm gonna put somebody in there to represent a person, and we'll see where she ends up. How does that sound?
Well, in my world, she'll end up tied up, probably.
All right. Let me cleanse these. Now, this one's a little bit different. This one's different. Let me show you something. I've got chicken bones that have sayings written on them.
Okay.
Can you see how there's sayings written on them?
I can see there's something
so
written
I have
on there.
all these chicken bones. Yeah, there's all these different sayings on them.
Okay.
So what I do is I mix them up with you. And
what'd you say, Melissa?
you want to what?
I want to get one of those kits.
One of these kits? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I don't know how many pieces this is. It's probably a good 75 pieces.
Wow.
That have sayings written on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out loud what each of the sayings are around you, and we're just going to see what happens. So here we go.
Around who?
Around you.
You, Kelsey.
Well, I know, but y'all kept bouncing around. I didn't know whether I was still in the game or not.
Yeah, you're in a game. It's all about you, baby. Okay, so what we have for you is fear of commitment.
Who, me?
Shocker.
Yep. Fear of commitment.
I've been committed
on
before.
A level 3. Well, this is talking about on a level 3, a fear of commitment.
Okay.
Faithful.
Well, it's easy to be when you're tying them up. So go ahead.
When you're tied up. Action of contact with someone. So apparently there is going to be someone. Opening feelings. You've been saving yourself for another.
Still a virgin.
You're beginning a new phase You're you're beginning a new phase in life.
Moving in my golden
An
years.
action for commit. So you want to make an action for commitment. Needing a relationship. Honest. Are you honest?
Am I honest?
Lucky.
Brutally.
Yeah. Are you honest?
She says brutally.
Because it says, yeah, it has brutal. Wishing for a relationship and trust. Healthy way of thinking. So you've got a healthy way of thinking about relationships.
That's why I carry a lot of
health in your.
That's why I carry a lot of rope and leather around with me.
This is like breathing for Michael the other day, Melissa.
Right?
You get me off on another train of thought here. Feeling secure. So your feelings are very secure. You have desire.
You see how it all comes into play about
Desire.
being tied up.
It all has to do with being tied up.
Yeah, because that's how you secure things.
Passion and loyalty. Pulling closer, and you're in the waiting. You're in the waiting right now.
In the waiting.
And the little girl piece. Yeah, you're in the waiting right now. The little girl piece is in the bracelet, so you're in the waiting for the little girl piece, which is
I am not
here.
Lisa.
So you're in the waiting for her.
I don't like virgins. They're overrated. They have no experience.
Michael.
I agree.
So Kelsey, the other day,
I agree.
Huh?
The other day, Atlanta did a reading for me and my guy, and the whole time he was talking through it like you're doing, and she kept getting sidetracked, and we were just, our stomach muscles hurt the next day.
Well, all I know is the words she's using all tied in with being tied up. You know.
Yeah, tied in with being tied up. That's right.
She's frozen. Do you see that?
Yeah, I see that. I
She's
do.
totally frozen.
I do. It was hilarious, though. God, he had us laughing so hard. I swore we were going to pee our pants.
Why is she up here twice?
Who?
Her. She's on here twice.
Because I am.
There.
There we go.
I had to remove one of you.
You removed one of me.
That's all we can handle is one of you.
So yeah, somewhere in there I lost my train of thought.
Why? She's froze again.
Somewhere in there I lost my train of thought.
Okay. Okay, you got your train of thought back?
I got it back.
Okay.
It shows attachment, desire, faithful, chemistry, and she's in the waiting. So you've got somebody in the waiting to meet.
Where are they?
That's it. That's all it is.
Would it not be hilarious to have him and Michael together?
At the same time, oh my God, that would
I
be so
know,
much
that's
fun.
what I'm
Do you know
saying.
how hard that would be for me to read?
I've got to talk him into joining us next time. That would be so funny to get those two together.
Well, I mean, I'm just listening to what she said. And
That would be That would be so hard to read y'all at the same time because
We will have to wait until he goes to day shift though, because right now he works that night, you know?
Okay.
Okay.
Wait a
My
minute.
turn, my turn.
What?
My turn, my turn.
What do you? Oh, she
Yeah.
wants to know. You don't. Okay, go ahead.
What?
I didn't say anything. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, you did.
Go ahead.
Were you done with
that's
him,
it.
Lisa?
I'm done.
I felt like suddenly like, oh God, I just stepped on him.
I'm used to it.
As long as you're tied up, it's okay, right?
All right.
His poor reading got broken down into 4 different sections, and he probably got nothing out of that. But
I
anyway,
did.
you just have to record. You'll have to rewind it and listen to it, and that way you can get it.
According to what you told me, there should be some little bitty girl somewhere hiding around here and waiting.
And waiting.
She's about a half an inch tall.
She's
All
about this
right.
big.
When I find her, I'm sending her to Georgia.
You're gonna send her to Georgia.
Uh,
You're gonna send her to me and make me have to train her.
you can keep her. Oh man. Trainer. All right,
I'm
you're gonna
send her
do
back to you.
Melissa now, right? You're gonna read her now,
I
right?
will do Melissa's now.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
Yep.
He's gone.
He's gone. All right, so we're doing you and Michael, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so I have you and I have Michael and I have your permission.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna mix them up. Okay. So what I have around you is working on it and commitment. You're waiting for him to contact you, and he's being very passive right now, but everything is healthy. You're very
Really?
possessive.
It's healthy being so passive.
Yeah, it shows that the relationship is healthy in 2 places.
In 2 places. What's that mean?
So yeah, in 2 places, then there's the coconut husk that's right around you that shows healthy. And then in the center of the reading is the buckeye nut, and that shows healthy. So it's showing that the relationship is healthy. So
Okay.
in 2 places, it's showing that you have a healthy relationship with him. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Now around him, it says single and fear of losing you.
Really?
There's chemistry. Yep. There's chemistry and security. Wanting a family and twin flame is all around him.
That's always around him.
You're in the waiting. Yep.
I'm with Kelsey's little girl.
You're in the you're in the waiting. Yep, you're in the waiting. Hanging on, fantasizing of engagement. You're gonna love this one. In the center, it says ignore, which means there's no communication there.
I don't love that. That makes
You
me
want it.
upset.
Well, that's what it says. I'm sorry.
I know.
But listen, hear me out. Hear me out. On the outside of it, it says action of contact. Okay, on the outside. So there's going to be contact, but it's on the outside. You're in the waiting.
Okay, wait. Could that be from today when, how the last couple days went and then suddenly today he contacted me?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
because you were in the waiting and it's action of contact.
so maybe that's already
So
come past.
yeah, because this is current. This is currently like what's going on right now.
Okay, so that's already happened today.
Yeah, it shows honest.
Really? Lisa?
But it also shows pulling away, which we know that he does.
Yeah. But so
Yeah.
it shows honest. So what he said,
Casual conversation.
hold on. So you said it shows honesty, so that means I have a question.
That means he's being honest with you right now.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the thing we were thinking we weren't sure about, he is being honest.
I'm gonna roll the calories and find out and see if that's what he's being honest about. Because this is in the now. This is in the now. This is like what's going on right now. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So this isn't yesterday, and this isn't the day before yesterday, or anything like that. This is in the now. So I'm gonna roll the calories, and we're gonna find out if, in fact, what he said was true. If what he said was true about the son. Yes.
See?
It says yes.
I know, and you know what I'm
Shows-
thinking
it
right
says-
now.
Yeah, I know.
So that's
So,
good.
do you have another yes or no question? Yeah, that's really good.
Okay, so how
Do you have another yes or no question?
Yeah, pertaining, I don't know how to word it though, to that um the whole ignore thing and the pulling away thing. Is that gonna stop soon?
Okay.
He's been doing that for a
We need to
while.
word that a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Yeah, we need to word that more specifically. Okay, so is he gonna stop pulling away within the next month? We got to reword it. Is he going to stop the ignoring and the pulling away from Melissa in the next 4 weeks? No.
Man.
I'm sorry.
Could I give him some advice?
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Tell him,
But most of it was good.
actually, the advice, I guess, is for you, Melissa.
What's
Maybe
that?
I can give you some rope. There'll be no pulling away then.
Just leave him tied in bed all the time?
Do what?
Just leave him tied in the bed all the time? Yeah. I'd be happy.
I'll be right back. I have to excuse myself for just a minute and go check on my puppy. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
So what do you think about that reading there?
I think it's
I'm
good.
getting a little jealous.
You're jealous?
Yeah.
I said I'm getting a little jealous.
Why?
I'm just kidding.
I know, but don't be jealous. You can get one too. Because he does this like we're very good, and then all of a sudden he'll kind of pull away, and she picks up on that when he's doing it. And he's been very hurt, like we all have, and I guess I'm more open to love again than he is, and so there's that bit of wall and resistance that, you know, all I can do is be patient, right? And see how things go. And he's a really good man. He's just been hurt, and so he's that way. But Lisa's always able to pick up on what's going on in the now. You know, there was a questionable incident that happened yesterday. So in reading her yes, no cowrie shells, she was able to tell me that, you know, he is very honest and that, you know, that was the truth. So that relieves my heart to know that, you know, he's not lying to me. That's good. So whenever I have a relationship reading, I always feel better because then I know, because I'm an overthinker big time. I overthink everything. So Lisa's able to pull, Atalana's able to pull that and kind of, you know, alleviate some of that. So it helps me emotionally and it helps me be more patient. So she's able to, she's very accurate. She's very good. She called my job dead on. She's always calling him dead on. So
Dead on.
dead on. She's good.
Okay, hold on a second. Oh, okay, Lisa's losing her internet connection now. So,
I don't know what the deal is tonight with mine.
Melissa,
Yeah.
do you mind if I share a picture?
No, that's fine.
Okay, this is
Let's
going
all
back
go
9 years ago, November the
12.
12th of 2011.
Yeah.
Botanical Gardens, Huntsville, Alabama. Look how much I've changed in 9 years.
You haven't.
Yes, he has.
I'm fat
My God.
now.
You got to show a better picture of me too.
You don't like that picture?
I don't like thy side profile.
Well, let's see. Okay. Hold
I
on.
don't think you've changed, Kelsey. That's a
Huh?
good one. I said that's a good one. And I
That's a-
don't think you've changed.
You don't think?
That's my oldest son.
All right. There we go. Did we do this at the Botanical Gardens? Did we do it in front of the lake there, or where did we do it?
Yes. We
Yeah.
rented that whole building and we got married out on the deck.
Yeah. Oh, yes, yes, yes. And you had your reception inside there.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we had full run of the botanical gardens all day.
How many people were there?
I don't remember.
Well,
Not,
I mean, you know, was it
it wasn't huge.
like 50 or 60, something like that?
Yeah. Yeah. 60. There wasn't a lot. Family, friends, coworkers.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Going back a few years, we got about 13 more minutes left. Lisa has been working those. Talk about working your fingers to the bone. She's working her bones to the fingers. Lisa has no sense of humor anymore. Look at her.
Yeah, she does. She didn't hear you. She froze.
She froze.
There she is.
Melissa,
froze.
you just had a spirit behind you a
Can y'all
moment
hear me
ago.
okay?
What a minute. Wait,
just-
what?
You just had a spirit behind you go up behind you a minute ago.
Could you tell who it was or what it was?
I couldn't tell who it was. It's too quick.
It was
This
carrying.
one.
It was carrying rope. I saw that.
This
It was a quick flash.
let me tell you something. So we live in this apartment and I didn't know until after I moved in, but there was 2 suicides in here. And we immediately started having problems. Like I have a Rottweiler and my dog was like would freak out in my bedroom. I mean freak out.
Oh,
And yeah, just like I mean, he would run out of the room, and he's a 120-pound Rottweiler, or 130 pounds. He's not scared of anything. And so we had all these incidences. My son will not to this day sleep upstairs because he's scared in his room. He sleeps on the couch downstairs. He barely ever comes up here except to shower. Yeah. So there's definitely something in here, but I've asked it to leave and it doesn't want to leave. So I don't know if it's one of my ancestors because I've always been told that my family is around me a lot, or if it's someone from the past from this apartment.
So
I
how
couldn't
long have
tell
you
if it
lived
just
there?
I've been in this apartment. It was a year in July.
Did you have any instances of anything happening before where you lived previously?
Yeah, in our old house, I had stuff, and I don't know if you've ever heard the name Art Wade, but he's a shaman priest, and he's taught Lisa and I Reiki. I mean, he's wonderful. Anyway, he uh did exorcisms and stuff like that, and he came in my house, and he assured me it was all family, but like I gave a china cabinet to my son, and all of a sudden there's something in his house now. So there's something attached, probably my grandma, to my china cabinet, which was a gift from her to me. And so I know it's family, but I also don't know if it's something else too in here. But both of my parents are gone, my grandparents, so um, it's very possible that I'm followed a lot, you know.
Okay. So Lisa said that she can hear us fine when she's not up here with us. So I'm going to bring her back just for a second, just to say, Lisa, thank you very much for joining us again tonight. We're a few minutes away from the end of the show. This is Lisa Luna, and it's AtalantaMoonfire.com. She is the bone throwing woman, and she reads bones, and it's a very unique, interesting thing. Now, she's done a few readings tonight, but that is her career, is playing with these bones. I started to say something I shouldn't say there, but anyway,
Where are you going?
the bottom line is AtalantaMoonfire.com.
She's so delayed.
Delayed reaction.
Help the woman out, buy her book. Everything about her is on that website, and she's had the internet in and out a little bit because I don't know why. Because she's in Georgia, that's why.
I'm in Alabama and having internet problems.
Melissa, where are you? Where are you?
I'm in Ohio now.
Okay, what part?
I'm in a little town called Marysville. It's near Columbus. I'm about 30 minutes from Columbus.
Okay.
So central Ohio.
All right. So how long have you been up there?
I've been up here this time about a year and a half. My older kids moved up here, so I kind of followed the grandbabies.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you connected, and it's always a pleasure to have you join us as well.
Thank you. It's
Um,
always fun.
we're gonna next week we're gonna have Cherie Shun, also from Georgia. In fact, she is right outside the town where they filmed The Walking Dead. And what's the name of that town? I can't remember the name of that town. But they've got all the Walking Dead stuff there. That anyway, she has a house full of probably pushing 1,000 different haunted items, a lot of dolls, a lot of haunted dolls. Kevin will be back next week. He had some sinus issues, and actually, I think that the bone throwing lady scared him, and he didn't want to be here. No, he didn't. He was kind of under the weather tonight. So there is that. I got to talk earlier to Lisa anyway about the wish making machine, and I'm boring Melissa to no end. She's yawning at me.
That's
So
not.
Go to drkelsey.wishmaker.com, and you're going to learn something very interesting about something that I build and have. It really is a fascinating thing. I've sent these items to Germany and all across the country. Mailed one out today to Atlanta, in fact. So, drkelsey.wishmaker.com. You see it scrolling on the bottom of the screen there. Check it out. You'll be glad you did. I don't think I've got anything here advertising that. But what is this? Hold on a second. Okay. I don't know what that was. Greetings. Losing internet. I got a couple of messages here. Oh, there's Carl Green was joined us on Facebook. I know he joined me on YouTube. Carl is a friend of mine. He's also a ham radio operator. So he had joined us. We've had, I don't know how many people with us tonight. Anytime these gals are on, whether it be Madam Z, not Madam Susie, whether it be Atalanta Moonfire, and hopefully we'll have Angela. Is that right, Angela from the Netherlands?
Angela
She
from the
was-
Netherlands. Yep.
Yeah, she was under the weather as well, and she does some readings. So hopefully we'll have her back on. And then who else we got going? Got Cherie. Last week we had a group of ghost hunters from the Virginias that was sharing some stories with us. If all of you gals are part of our team on Facebook, feel free to share stories there and jump in and be part of what we do. I know Melissa's just bored to tears.
Oh, I'm not. Not
And
at all.
so, Lisa,
She-
is anything that you'd like to say as we close the door here?
What'd you say, Lisa?
I said you stayed up late just to be on the show. I just want
I
to thank you for
did.
having me back on the show, and I love being here. I apologize for the internet issues. It's just where I live. I live in the woods. But yeah, please come visit me at www.atalantamoonfire.com. You can take classes for bone throwing. You can get a copy of my book at a discount. It's Throwing the Bones: Divination for the Modern Practitioner. But thank you so much for having me again, and I'll come back anytime.
Give just a little bit of detail about your class, what you do, and how they can sign up for that.
Okay, yeah, you can sign up on my website. The class is about 2 hours long. It's a beginning bone reading class. By the end of the class, you'll be able to do a beginner bone reading, a complete reading. I also sell the kit that goes along with it. If you don't have to have the kit, but it does make it easier to follow along during the class. But I teach you about ancestral altars, the history of bone throwing, and then we go into the meanings, and then we go into step-by-step instructions on how to do a bone reading. So like I said, by the end of the class, you're reading bones. You'll actually do, I do an example reading, and then you would do an example reading back for me, answer any questions, and then I stay in touch with all of my students. They have a way to contact me. I give them my personal cell phone number, so if they ever have any kind of questions, they can contact me at any time. Everything is done very personable. It's nice and casual. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, and if you take the class and get the kit, you get a discounted price. So all of that's on my website, www.atalantamoonfire.com.
All right, and
And the
Melissa,
book is cheaper on the website too. You can,
yeah,
I was
Melissa
just gonna say you
doesn't.
can get it on Amazon, but it's cheaper on the website.
You want to get it from her website because it's cheaper, and you'll get an autographed copy and a gift. That's what she said, right?
Yep.
All right. Now, Melissa, do you have a website?
No.
No. We're not going to talk about her X-rated one, so save that for another show. Melissa,
That's a whole other ball game.
here is a picture that I'm going to go out with of my wedding this past Saturday, right there. You can't see it there, but I was in a kilt at that wedding. So anyway, that was my last wedding.
Oh, I want to see
Huh?
kilt pictures.
Thank
I
you
want to
guys
see kilt
again.
pictures.
And you like kilt pictures? Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you
Thanks
for
for
being
having me.
with us. What?
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You made it more interesting. Join us again. You can come
Okay.
in next week and ask some questions about some of the haunted items over in Georgia if you want to. So
Okay.
anytime y'all show up and you want to pop in and say hello, just message me or something. Every Tuesday night, 7 to 9 p.m., we do this. And so next week, join us. Put the word out there. Buy our books. All the above. Thank y'all very, very much.
Thank you.